Breakfast with your Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with your Coys. Breakfast with your Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with your Coys. Breakfast with your Coys.
Yes, guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone slept well. Let me know what it's like where you are. Here in the West Country, it is quite cloudy, quite overcast. I think we might get some rain today. But we were woken up this morning with loads of balloons flying over, hot air balloons everywhere, all across the sky, which was an unusual sight, not something we see very often, but it was a nice sight. It was something nice to wake up to. Hot air balloons flying over, all different shapes and sizes. Um, so yeah, that kept us entertained for 10 minutes or so. I think my little one's still looking out the window at the odd one or two flying by. But guys, how did you sleep? What are you up to today? What are your plans? I suppose we better talk about the elephant in the room, hadn't we? And that is Tottenham Hotspur. What a fantastic result yesterday. I haven't got a bad word to say about the game. I thought Tottenham were very professional, were fantastic, did what we needed to do, and got the result. You know, if someone had said before the game, we're going to win 3-0 at the London Stadium against West Ham, I would have bit your hand off, said, thank you very much, I'll have some of that. I thought the first quarter of an hour, I thought West Ham started well. Put us under a bit of pressure, never really looked like scoring. And then probably from 20 minutes on, I think Spurs started to get control of the game. And by the end of the half, West Ham were hanging on with their corner after corner. How the goal that Romero scored was disallowed, I don't know. We will get into it though, guys. We will get into it. Let's say hello, a few hellos to the chat. I have put a poll in the chat as well to give me your man of the match. And I think I put Sarr, Bergvall, Romero, or another. So smash a vote, see what you think, and we'll have a look at it at the end. Let's go to the chat. Let's see who's in. And Marcus, channel member, big up, Nige. He says, morning, Nige. What a result for our Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely, mate. What a great result. And big up, buddy. I hope you're well. How there can be any negative that comes from last night's game, I don't know. How we can be negative in any way about it. I know we have to critique a little bit, but we've just beat West Ham 3-0 on their own patch, and we took our foot off the gas in the last 25 minutes. Let's be honest, if we really wanted to, we could have had 5 or 6. Really good professional performance, but big up, Marcus. I hope you're well, buddy. Scott Colliver, hello, Nigel chat. Good morning, Scott. Another channel member. Big up to you, buddy. I hope you're well. Krish is in. Big up, Krish. Big up, Nige. What a win on the Tuesday. Hoping to see Mawani get a start. Yes, we will get into that as well. Lee Payne's in the house. May the force be with you and with you, sir, and with you. Scott Cohen's here. Simon Cohen's here. Sorry. Morning, Nige. Good morning, Simon. I hope you're well. Spotlight on Spurs. Luke's in. How's it going, mate? It's going very well. How are you? I hope you're well. What a result yesterday. What a result. We are joint top of the league, guys. We are joint top of the league, at least until later on. Andrew Gregory's in. Morning, Nige. Good morning, Andrew. I hope you're well. Queen Ellie says, good morning, Nige. Great result yesterday. I voted. Romero was my man the match, as he was great defensively, and what a sublime ball he made for Bergvall. That was an incredible pass. And it was one of them, isn't it? But as it was going through there, you were like, go on, Bergvall, you got ahead of this, And he did. Brilliant goal. Just a brilliant goal all round. We're getting to Bergvall because I think he's been getting some stick, and I don't know why. I can't work it out. Lee Payne's in. Bergvall and Xavi was excellent. Agreed. And Wayne Bonner. Big up, Wayne. Another channel member says, good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. Slow start yesterday, but a better team won. Bergvall was superb. He keeps getting better and better with every game. Absolutely bang on. And then he followed it up by the ref was awful. Romero's goal should have stood. The best thing the red did was the deserved red card. Yeah, it was one of them, wasn't it? We knew as soon as it happened, it's like, that's a red. Don't even need to look at the replay. You look at the replay, didn't think it was as bad as I first initially thought, but it was definite red. Definite red. And listen, I think we would have won anyway. But yeah, definite red card. How that goal was disallowed in the first half, I do not know. It was disallowed apparently because Van der Ven put both hands on Kyle Walker-Peters, I think it was. But he was pushed into Kyle Walker-Peters in the first place. So yeah, crazy, crazy. But it is what it is. We won the game anyway. Kate Rixham's here, said, Nige, hi love. Good win yesterday. Fantastic win yesterday, Kate. I hope you're well. And Mark Pitts, big up Mark, Swindon Massive, saying, no, it's may the Spurs be with you. Absolutely. Lee said, only problem with yesterday is that we're going to do with Tao. He's another Johnson, but without the goals. We will talk about Tao because for me, like I say, there is no negatives to talk about yesterday. I thought we were fantastic to a man, but Tao is a concern. He is a concern for me. Wayne says, I like Tao, but he was too lightweight up front, much better coming off the wing. And I think when he did that second half, the little, he had a little cameo on the wing, didn't he, before he come off? Thought he was better. Definitely not a striker for me. Quincy B saying, amazing game. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Quincy. It was, mate. It was a great game. And, we are flying at the moment. Ellie says, Polina needs a mention, played solid the entire match and gave us stability. He was fantastic yesterday, Polina. He goes unnoticed because he does the simple things really well. And, I thought it was fantastic. The Sheriff's up. Big up, Sheriff. Say, morning, Nige. Good morning to you, mate. I hope you're well. Good luck in the meat draw later. And yeah, I think, I'm not going to guarantee, but I think there is a show later with the 2 marks, lads down the lane. So, Sheriff, let me know about that, buddy. Quincy saying ref was rubbish, but the players didn't back off. They doubled down and won the game. It was just a great performance, wasn't it? All round, apart from the first 20 minutes. But we will get into it. I'm at the bottom of the chat now, so I'll give you my opinion on the game, and hopefully you guys can jump in and give me yours as well. And Queen Ellie saying, Tel's best position is at another club, quite possibly. And Wayne saying, Ellie, have faith. Lots of laughing faces. And Ellie saying, Wayne Bonner, sorry, Wayne, he just isn't good enough, and we need to offload. Wow, let's get into the game, guys, because I think we actually started. What did you think of the team news when it came out? When the team news first came out, I was a bit like, oh, okay. Not overly happy that Simmons is on the left. Not overly happy with Tao up top. But I look at the team and I still think it's strong enough to beat this West Ham side. Guys, what did you make of it? What did you make of Tao being up front? Surprised? I was surprised. I know that Richarlison had been halfway around the world, so it wasn't necessarily a surprise to see him on the bench. So I guess with what we had, Mawani was never going to start, so I'm guessing, yeah, Tao up front makes sense. But he was poor, wasn't he? I thought the first 20 minutes, I thought West Ham had a good hold of the game, did quite well, put us under a bit of pressure without really creating anything. But I think as soon as we got a foothold in the game, I thought we were absolutely fantastic. I don't think they looked like they were going to score the whole game, really. The only time they looked like they could score was when Van der Ven and Vicario got in a bit of a mix-up. Apart from that, they did absolutely nothing the whole game. And I thought Spurs controlled it. I thought we absolutely controlled it. I thought defensively we were pretty solid. Like I say, they never really put us under pressure. Romero had all the time in the world. Van der Ven had all the time in the world. I thought the fullbacks did well. I've got to say, for me, guys, let me know if you agree. Porro is still a concern because when they did get joy, it was down that left-hand side with Somerville and the overlapping runs. I didn't think Porro coped that well with it. Obviously, We didn't concede, so we did okay. But I thought they got a few crosses in from that side. They beat Porro a few times, so he is still a concern for me. And I'll be honest, and I'm going to say it now. This is my only negative that I'm going to say about everything, is that in the summer, if we were to replace Porro, I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. That's all I'm saying. Very good going forward. I do worry about him defensively. I really do. But we will see what he does as the season goes on. I thought midfield wise, we were fantastic. I thought Paulinho in the middle, just absolutely solid. Didn't let a thing go. He was brilliant. Won every tackle, won every ball, won every second ball. And we have to talk about Bergvall, because I thought Bergvall was fantastic. And I know that people say, "Oh, he's only had one good game." I thought he was brilliant yesterday, and I did say I thought he might start, um, just because we got Champions League on Tuesday. I thought he might start, and I thought he was great. Every time he gets the ball, he looks to drive forward. He's, he's always wanting the ball, consistently calling for the ball, showing for it. And that's what I want to see in a player. For second half, he took complete control. When Spurs took complete control of the game, I thought a lot of that was to do with Bergvall. I thought it was brilliant, took his goal well, got an assist as well, maybe an accidental assist, but Bergvall for me was my man in the match. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Sarr again, it's hard. What do you say negative about the guy? He come on, he scored a goal, he played well in that number 10. I like him further up the pitch, mainly because he does give the ball away a bit. And if he's in a 6 or an 8, giving the ball away in those positions might cause us trouble. But I think playing further up, I think it gives him a bit more license, takes a bit of pressure off him, means if he does give the ball away, we're not automatically really in trouble. I thought Sarr was fantastic yesterday. I thought Bergvall was fantastic. And I thought that the whole midfield three absolutely worked to a T. But guys, let me know what you think about the midfield three. Kate said the ref was, yeah, he didn't have the best first half. Did all right second half. Wayne saying, Ellie, here come good. But I do agree. I think Towers one of those players who needs to find the right club. That's a perfect match. I do feel sorry for him. I do feel for him because for me, he's not a striker. He's not a striker. I thought he did okay when he went on the wing, left and right. Of course, had a hand in the third goal as well. So, it's not all bad. I just don't see him as a striker personally. Quincy saying, yeah, Paulinho needs a shout. He was amazing. Some of his tackles, though, I thought it was yeah, they're kind of like the same sort of build. I think Van der Ven's maybe a little bit taller. I might be wrong then. But even their running style is slightly similar. Obviously, Van der Ven's a lot quicker. But I do get mixed up with them now and again. Sheriff said Johnson was man of the match. Well, he was man of the match from being on the bench, yes. Yeah, didn't have any time to do anything really when he came on. By the time the subs come on, I think Tottenham are taking their foot off the gas. And I feel a bit sorry. I feel a bit sorry for a forward when he comes on, when a team takes their foot off the gas, because they're wanting to score, get involved. And it's just like, yeah, no, yeah, we're not going forward, mate. We're just gonna play around in the back with it, start to go forward, then we'll come back. So for me, yeah, frustrating last 25 minutes because as a fan, I wanted to see Spurs get forward, score goals. I wanted to really put West Ham to the sword, but I do totally agree that bigger fish to fry. Let's not go all out for goals because if we get an injury or two, then we'll be complaining that we shouldn't have gone too gung ho. So I get it. Be professional, get the result. But as a fan, I wanted goals. I wanted more. But I'm greedy. I'm greedy. Queen Ellie saying the ref was awful. I was fuming when he disallowed Romero's goal. It's like you said, Nigel, he was pushed into Walker Peters and he did not do anything wrong. Yeah, I agree. I don't see it. I could see there possibly was a foul before when I think Van der Ven caught Fernandez, was it, in the face? I think it was an accident, but I could have seen him blowing up for that, but it carried on after that. So, yeah, I just don't see how the goal was disallowed. It was a crazy, crazy decision, but it didn't come back to bite us in the bum, which was great. Christian, mark my words, Jed Spence will be starting for England in the World Cup. Let's talk about Jed Spence because for me, another solid fantastic performance. I think he's our best defender. I really do. I think he's our best defender. And I'm talking about his centre backs now as well. You know, yes, Van der Ven's great, Romero's great, but actually, is what they do. I just love Jed Spence. I think he's such a good player, so athletic, gets forward, gets back. Not a lot gets past him. Um, and I think we will do well to keep him over the next couple of years. I think he's our guaranteed starting fullback, whether it's left or right. I think he has to start now every game, at least every big game. So let's see, guys, what do you think? Jed Spence, is he our starting fullback, whether it be right or left? Or is Udogie still the man when he comes in and he's fully fit? And obviously, Porro, right back, seems to pick himself, but I will still have Spence above Porro as well. Dexterous, big up Dexterous, saying great 3 points. Yes, you did say that West Ham would beat us. Obviously the sending off kind of changed the game, but I think we're well on our way to win anyway. But big up to you, Dexterous. I will be watching Liverpool this afternoon, 2 o'clock, isn't it? I think. So yeah, should be a good game, should be an easy game for you guys, but we will see. It is football, you never know. Wayne saying, give it 2 years and all the big clubs will be throwing huge money at us to get Bergvall. I agree. I think, listen, we've bought a lot of youngsters over the last couple of years, and a lot of them have been trash. Let's be honest. Haven't really done it. We haven't seen great at all, really, this season, apart from the opening game. Didn't get a look in yesterday. I think Bergvall's the one. Bergvall is the one out of all the youngsters we bought. And he's cheapest. You know, the money, the Bergvall, we spent hardly any money on him. How much was it? 10 million? Something like that. 10 million on a kid that's absolutely flourishing now. As opposed to 40 million on a Gray, 30 million on Odebear, who really are doing nothing. Odebear, for me, I really want him to come good, but another one, safe player. He's safe, gets the ball, goes back. I wanted to see him yesterday. And maybe this is why Tottenham took the foot off the gas. Maybe this was part of the reason why he did. But I wanted to see Odebear get the ball yesterday and take his man on, skin him, get balls into the box. Every time he got the ball, he just looked back, played it back. It's like, it's so easy. It's so easy. I could do that. So for me, yeah, Odebear was a disappointment yesterday. But maybe it was part of the tactics. So we'll give him that. But Bergvall, brilliant. Queen Ellie says, why didn't Johnson score? Ole, ole. I mean, he had that one chance, didn't he? He was offside. That was a cracking save, double save from the keeper. Really good double save. I was gutted Kudus didn't score. So that would have been nice just to wrap it up and rub salt into those West Ham wounds. But yeah, it didn't happen. But Kudus is getting closer. How long, guys, before Kudus finally gets his first Spurs goal? Hopefully not too long. Quincy laughing, I'm guessing, at Queen Ellie. Wayne Bonner saying, I love Sarr. Been a fan since he first stepped on the pitch. The class and talent he has is coming through again. Agreed. You know, I do think Sarr has a lot to learn in his passing still. Do think he gives the ball away a little bit too often. But for me, brilliant, brilliant player. You know, really good. Sometimes, you know, it's frustrating, isn't it? Because we've seen these players over the last couple of years under our last manager, and we've seen them struggle. But for the most part, a lot of them, we've seen them struggle, and we're like, oh, they're not good enough. They're not. Suddenly, under a new manager, we are seeing what they're capable of. Now, let's see what they're capable of in the next 10, next 20, next 30 games. But early doors under Frank, we are seeing the side that I expected to see a couple of years ago. When Conte had him, you know, played a few games, I was like, ooh, I like this kid. I like him. And I was one of the ones who said he looks a little bit like a young Patrick Vieira. I'm not comparing the two, by the way. Vieira was one of the best players in world football when he played for Arsenal. But just the way he runs, the way he gets about the pitch, it very much did remind me of a younger Patrick Vieira. Maybe we're seeing that kind of player mature. He's a maturing player now. He's getting older. I like Sarr. I like him. He still frustrates me at times. He has got a lot to learn, but he's pretty decent now. I haven't got an issue. If Sarr's in the team, I'm not thinking, oh, great, Sarr's playing. Whereas last season, I would have thought that. But then I would have thought that about a lot of the players because they were rubbish. Andrew says Porro is best when we play a back three. Agreed. Agreed. Definitely not a fullback. He is a wing back. I just think he really struggles as a fullback every week. Dexter saying West Ham surely in 3-4. Potter definitely needs rerouting in the potting shed and put out to pasture. Yeah, I just don't think he's got the squad there. I look at them and I think, what did you do in the summer window? Because you look worse than last season. And I know they've lost Kudus. I can't think who else they've really lost. And they just don't look very good. They don't look very good. I think they're in for a really tough season. Wouldn't surprise me at all West Ham go down because they look like they are struggling. And Queen Eddie saying, I can't see it. French league better than for him. Marseille will be a good fit. He can join my man Højbjerg. I think the French league would suit Tal. I think Tal would absolutely smash it up in the French league, just not the Premier League. Mark Swift saying, poor old West Ham, laugh out loud. Yeah, big up, Mark. Hope you're well, mate. And yeah, West Ham, they are shocking. They are shocking. Oh, I got a really runny nose. Liston, big up Liston, saying, I heard Bergvall was the youngest player to get a goal and assist since Nick Barmby in 1992. Yep, I saw that. Yes, I saw that this morning as well. So yeah, listen, I'm loving Bergvall. Loving him. I think now we're looking at maybe getting a squad that is half decent. Half decent. I haven't got an issue now. I looked at the squad yesterday. Bentancur was out. Bergvall was in. I didn't think, oh, we're in trouble. I did in the forward areas. But midfield-wise, I'm quite happy Bergvall comes in. I'm quite happy if Sarr's in now. I haven't got an issue. I think we are starting to see the fruits of some of these young players coming through. Hopefully. Hopefully. Sheriff saying that there was a fire drill at the stadium. There was, wasn't there? About 57, 56, 57 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Don't know whether they got back in or not, but yeah, I saw that as well, mate. Wayne saying, Ellie agreed. I don't think the Premier League will be a good fit for him unless he suddenly steps up. No. Richie was looking so frustrated and perplexed. He was itching to score and making good movements. Yeah, and this is the thing, isn't it? You know, when teams take their foot off the gas and then they substitute players, and Richie must have got a good 20 odd minutes and just didn't get anything. We wasn't really interested in going forward that much. Every now and again, it's almost like we're just probing. Oh, there's a gap. Yeah, we'll go with that. But you know, disappointing for Richarlison. But listen, I'm sure he will start on Tuesday night. And the good thing is he is now, hopefully, if he don't get injured in training, fit for the game. Be interesting to see what we do up front. Will we start with Richarlison? I would think we will, guys. Let me know what you think. Richarlison, Mawani. I think Richarlison starts Tuesday night. I think there's a good chance Mawani might get 20 minutes at the end. Or maybe he might start off the left. I don't know. We'll talk about that in a sec because for me, Xavi, don't want to see him on the left. Don't want to see him on the left, even though I thought he did decent. Nick's in the house. Big up, Nick. Says, morning all, professional win. Big week coming up with Villarreal and Brighton. Offer a swim, then prepare for the roast and enjoy the football this afternoon. Have a good one, buddy. Have a good one. Yeah. Oh, I'd love a roast. I'd love a roast. I need a good woman in my life. For me, it's probably going to be a crisp sandwich. That is how I roll. Yesterday for tea, it was absolutely delicious, by the way. I've not had it for years. I looked through the fridge. It was bare. I'm looking through it. There's no cucumber. I'm like, how long has that been in there? Can I get away with that? Yeah, I think so. So I had a cucumber cheese and Marmite sandwich, which was absolute heaven. So yeah, I really need to eat something proper tonight, I think. So yeah, might have to go and get a roast from somewhere. Find a pub or something. Wayne said, West Ham, if anything, need a decent keeper between the sticks. The one they have is one of the worst keepers I've seen. He's not started great, is he? Like I say, made a great double save from Kudus and then Johnson. Of course, Johnson was offside anyway. But yeah, he doesn't look great. Doesn't look great currently, does he? The sheriff saying the goalkeeper pushed Van der Ven into the defender. Yeah, Van der Ven was definitely pushed, 100%. Wayne Bonner saying Spence's quality, a guaranteed starter for me. Did get a little worried when he went down holding his ankle. Yeah, I got a bit worried about that as well. I'm like, oh no. But the good thing is, with our left hand side now, we did have a doggy to come on. He did all right when he come on as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to, I think, as a Spurs fan. Dexter saying Potter, surely like half the blokes back in the UK getting the tree out of the loft will be gone before Christmas. Another job for Nuno. That's a good shout. That's actually an interesting shout. Nuno. Nuno for West Ham. Watch your space, guys. That ain't a bad shout, Dexterous. I like that. I like that. I actually think Nuno will do a really good job at West Ham. I think Nuno's a decent manager. Um, Obviously was never going to work out at Spurs for whatever reason. But I think he's done a fantastic job at Forest. And I think he'd do all right at West Ham. So yeah, watch your space. Nuno for West Ham. Green Eddie saying that Jed started with a few loose passes but grew into the match and defensively solid. Yeah, absolutely. Very much defensively solid. Like him. I like Jed Spence. I really do. Wayne Bonner saying, agreed, Sheriff. Aside from that double save, all the keeper did was push everyone. He did. He did. Liston saying we paid 8.5 million for Bergvall. Hats off to the scouts. Absolutely. 8.5. I thought it was 10, so even cheaper than I thought. Under 10 million for a kid that I think in the future is going to be a 60, 70 million pound player. Maybe more. Maybe more. I think this kid has such, and I don't like saying high ceiling because I'm an old guy, but he has got such a high ceiling. I think Bergvall is a player, a real player. Guys, if you haven't, smash that like, hit the subscribe button. I am chasing down 1,220 subs on one off it. So any help, if you're not subbed, any help would be much appreciated. And Adam's in the house. Big up, Adam. I hope you're well, mate. It's just saying, Coys. Absolutely. Absolutely. What a great team. I love my team currently. Struggled last season with Tottenham. But right now, I'm loving what we're doing. I'm loving what we're playing. I'm loving the manager. I'm loving all the changes at the top. I even love the kits, all of them. So everything's good at Spurs at the moment for me. Queen Lady saying Porro is a hard one, Nige. As what we lose defensively, we make up for going forward, I'd say. The defensive coaches have to work with him to improve the part of the game that needs that big time. Yeah, it is. Porro, you're right. Porro is a hard one because I'm not sure about him. I'm really not. I do like him going forward, but I'm just so frustrated with him defensively. I think someone said it in the chat earlier. I think it was Andrew said that Porro's better in a back three with a back three where he can just be the wing back. I agree with that, but how many times are we going to play back three this season? He's a worry for me. I've got to be honest. He is a worry. Nicola's in the house. Big up, Nicola. Says so far so good for Tottenham. 9 points out of 12 in the first 4 games with 3 clean sheets. Absolutely bang on. Just shows how disappointing it is to lose that game at home to Bournemouth because we could have started so well. Even if we had got a point against them, would have been so nice, wouldn't it? Thank you to the one subscriber who's just subscribed to get me up to 1,220. So thank you so much, guys. If you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe button. And we're having a nice chilled chat here on a Sunday morning. I love my Sunday morning streams. Nice and chilled. Even better, of course, when we have won the game. Kate saying, Nige, I think Potter will be the first manager to be sacked. I agree. I agree, Kate. Wouldn't surprise me if he's gone by the end of the day, or by the next game. Because I think, listen, for me, he's not got a squad there. I think West Ham are really poor, have bought really poor. But yeah, I think he's gone. Dead man walking. I think he'll be gone next week or so. And I'm loving that shout by Dexter that's saying Nuno is next West Ham manager. I can see it happening. I really can. Mark Swift saying, Nige, would you let Potter work for you? No. No, I wouldn't. No, well, I probably would. I wouldn't be able to pay him the kind of wages that West Ham pay him. In fact, I wouldn't be able to pay him wages at all. He'd have to give the money to me. Because I need to pay my bills myself. But no, I wouldn't let Potter work for me. He's not got the charisma, has he? He's not got that like charisma that you like. Yeah, I can really get behind this guy. He is quite dull, but it is what it is. I think he'll be gone soon. Adam saying Wet Spam get battered everywhere they go. They seem to at the moment, don't they? They are poor. They are poor. Quincy saying Bergvall wasn't a club signing. He was blatantly a Kulu signing. He was on nobody's radar unless you watched him play. I mean, I'd be surprised if Kulu rocked up and was like, "We need to sign this kid because he's really good." I'm sure Spurs must have had some sort of scouts in there. No doubt Kulu maybe might have had a say in it. Maybe they might have said to Kulu, we're looking at him. What do you think? And Kulu's, yeah, he's very highly rated. But yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure I agree with that, Quincy, but big up, buddy. Eureka is in the house. Big up, Eureka, saying if Spammers sack Potter, they will go for Nuno. Doubt Mourinho will go there. Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm loving Nuno to West Ham. And I actually think he'll do a good job. Mark Swift saying hit that like and sub if you can get your super chats in too. Thank you very much, Mark. Yeah, channel member. Yeah, super chats and memberships are available. No pressure for that, but hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't, because that is totally free. I know how hard it is out there with bills and money at the moment, guys. So please just hit that like, hit that subscribe, and if you want to join, then feel free. You can be. And Mark Swift saying you can be a channel member by hitting join. Thanks, absolutely, and big up, Mark. Thank you very much for saying that, buddy. Stevie says, "Morning, Nige. Just watched the highlights on Match of the Day. West Ham are so poor. Relegation definitely on, and that stadium is soulless. Coys, it is. I think that was one of the worst decisions West Ham ever made. Was moving into that stadium. They should have stayed at Upton Park or the Bowling Ground, whatever it's up. It's always going to be Upton Park for me. Should have stayed at Upton Park. Great little stadium. Raucous atmosphere. Really, it was almost like an extra man at Upton Park. Been to Upton Park a few times as an away fan. Went there actually as a United fan back in the day, back in the mid-80s. I went, my best friend, God rest his soul, was a massive United fan. We lived about 2 doors away from each other. And one day he was like, "Do you want to come up to watch Man United with me?" We must have been 12, 13 years old. And my mum and dad were very much like, "Oh, don't know." And my mate was a year old, so he was 14. And in the end, my mum's like, "Okay, you're going up by coach. You'll be fine, da da da." So we went up by coach to West Ham away in the mid-80s. And the coach broke down in London. So we had to scoot across London as a 13, 14-year-old kids with all these United fans who are absolutely pissed out of their head. And all I can remember is being at train stations and West Ham fans being on the other side, the United fans being on, just chanting at each other. And the United fans are almost like protecting us, saying, "All right, we'll take care of you." Crazy. Would never do it now. Would be horrified if my kids did it. But it was an experience. And yeah, being at West Ham in the away end with the United fans with no seating and just getting chucked around everyone. I think United won 3-1 that day. Gordon Strachan scored. And Jesper Olsen. Remember him? Remember him, guys? Back in the old 80s for United. But yeah, been there a couple of times. Upton Park was a great stadium. Great stadium. So the only thing about nowadays is that, it's great Spurs having a new stadium, but all these new stadiums, they are all a bit soulless, aren't they? But I agree. Sorry, I waffled on a bit then. Eureka said Champo is West Ham's level. I think I tend to agree at the moment. Adam saying Carrick to West Ham. That's not a bad shout either. Is Carrick still at Middlesbrough? Don't know. I don't keep up with Championship football. I should really. Queen Lady saying, please do smash that like button for our Nige if you're yet to give him a sub. What are you waiting for? Absolutely, Queen Lady. Couldn't agree more. Nicholas saying, we look so much more solid in the back. I can't remember the last time we had 3 clean sheets so regularly, especially the chaos we had under Ange. I agree. And I did make a bit of a crazy start to start to see a bit of a hot take. And my hot take was, and you can look back at the videos, now it's working, that Spurs would not concede more than 40 goals in the Premier League season this year. And I was laughed at, and rightly so, because we've conceded a lot of goals over the last 2 seasons. But so far, 3 clean sheets, only 1 goal conceded. It's looking on. It is looking on at the moment. Eureka saying they don't own the stadium, but they have no revenue and their squad needs an overhaul. Again, this is why I just think it was a mistake moving Grimes. I really do. Mark Taylor saying, big up, pal. Big up, buddy. Christian, good to see a doggy getting back to full fitness. Yep, absolutely. Another guy getting back to full fitness, which is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I liked his little hairband yesterday as well. He looked cool, didn't he? We got a lot of players with dreads in the side. I'm liking it. I'm down for it. I wish I could grow dreads, but it's just not ever going to happen, is it? Eureka said, let's not get carried away. Beating Burnley in the Spammers is good, but we will both be in the bottom 5 at the end of the season. I guess I'm taking the win against Man City for granted. Yeah, we can't get too excited, can we, about it? But it is nice. It is nice winning games, regardless of who they're against. And yeah, I'm enjoying every minute of it at the moment. I'm enjoying every minute of it. We're going to get some losses along the way. Of course we are. Like we did against Bournemouth, hopefully not as bad. But Rain's here, big up Rain. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. And I'll need to get this up because we have a super sticker. Thank you very much, Eureka. $2.99 super sticker, and I need to play this. Every time I get a super sticker, I play this. Thank you very much, Eureka. Much appreciated. The super sticker train is now officially open as I catch up to where we were. Thank you, Eureka. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And Eureka then says, choo choo. Absolutely. Stevie says, Nige, how scary to think had Levy had his way, we could have ended up in the London Stadium. So happy we lost that battle to West Ham. Yeah, I mean, that's a scary thought, isn't it? Imagine where we'd be if we had beaten West Ham to that stadium. It's a scary thought because I guarantee we'd be where West Ham are now, and that's not good. Rain saying, hot take. We will be a better team with a doggy at left back. I'm not saying Spence is anything other than a top quality player, but I really think we need a left-footed player to overlap with Xavi. You have a good point. You have a good point there, Rain. It's hard to disagree with you. For me, I just think at the moment Spence starts wherever that is, whether that be left back or right back. I'd have quite happily have Spence at right back. I think Spence has to start. I think he's been fantastic early part of the season, but it is good to have a doggy back. And I do agree that overlapping fullback is what we need. My one issue with a doggy, and I don't know whether you guys agree with it, is he does overlap really well, but he never puts that ball straight in. He always tries to take a touch or tries to do something with it. I like to see him just whipping those balls in. But yeah, I agree. Great, it'd be great to have a doggy overlapping. Still not sure about Xavi on the left. Like to see him in the 10 as well. But guys, what do we think about Xavi's performance yesterday? I thought he did really well. I thought it was a really good, solid performance. He looked decent. Just when he got that ball and started driving towards the opposition box, it got me off my seat a little bit. I was like, "Come on, then, let's do something." And there was a few times he gave the ball away. Wasn't quite on the same wavelength, but I think he grew into the game. I think we got exciting times with Xavi in the side. Mark Taylor saying ref was shocking yesterday. Yeah, he wasn't great, was he? He wasn't great. I'm still wondering how that goal was disallowed, but it is what it is. Christian, how did Spence get a yellow card? It was shoulder to shoulder. I was shocked. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that was a yellow card, but there you go. Some of the bookings in this game are crazy. And Wayne saying, yeah, that Spence booking was disgraceful. It was. I don't even think it was. I don't really, not even sure it was a foul, let alone a booking. But there you go. Sheriff said, I hate to say it, I'm getting Poch vibes with Frank. Let's hope the new regime back him. I'm kind of feeling the same way. I'm loving everything Frank is doing at the moment. So yeah, good stuff. Bramford, big up Bramford, saying what's Bergvall's best position? I see him as an 8. I see him as an 8. What do you think, guys? But for me, definitely a box-to-box midfielder. Can break up play, to put one fantastic tackle in yesterday. I think it was in the first half. Can't remember now, but he come back on Paqueta, put a fantastic tackle in. I see him, yeah, he can do everything. He can tackle, he can pass, he gets forward, he can score now. You know, he's not scared to get into the box. So I'm loving Bergvall, absolutely loving him at the moment. I think he's a real talent, and I think we should get excited about our talented young players, guys. I don't like the fact that we have to be, oh, let's wait. Let's give them 3 seasons before. No, I want to get excited about him now because I'm loving what I'm seeing. So I'm going to get excited about the way he's playing now. Bergvall for me, fantastic yesterday. Loved watching him. And I would say an 8, Bramford. But let me know what you think. What do you think? Do you think he'd be better as a 6? Do you think he'd be better as a 10? I'm thinking an 8. Eureka saying, hit the like, people. And Lord Rodney Trotter saying, Eureka Johnson done. Big up, Lord Rodney. I hope you're well, mate. Eureka saying, Bergvall is a press-resistant 8. Yes, I agree. Doesn't get concerned by people pressing him. I'm just, everything Bergvall does at the moment, I'm loving. Rain saying, the 2 marks, Sheriff. I've loved the way Frank was speaking, joking, and encouraging the players as they came off. This is how you build a happy team. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And I've got to bring up a super chat. Big up, Peter. Really appreciate you, buddy. Really appreciate you. He says, hi, all. 6:05 p.m. in Melbourne. What a win, Coys. Absolutely. What a great win, mate. What a great win. I'm taking it. Maybe you're back at work tonight. Keep doing what you do, mate. You do a fantastic job. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you. Philly saying, big up, Nige, Sheriff, and everyone in the chat. What a brilliant weekend for football. 9 men, Bayern Leverkusen versus Frankfurt on Friday, Real Madrid versus Sociedad, and Juventus versus Inter Milan yesterday. Yes, I must admit, I'm a bit of a sticker. I kind of watch Premier League, don't watch a lot else. Mainly because, I don't know, there's only so much football I can watch in a day, to be honest. Even last night's Brentford-Chelsea game, I was a little bit bored. I was kind of flicking between channels. So, yeah, but I need to get into different leagues a bit more often. Kind of watch the Champions League and Europa League, and that's about it. But big up to you, Philly. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you're well. Mark Swift saying the 2 mark show. Sheriff Poch. Sheriff does love a bit of Poch. There is no doubt about that. He does love a bit of Poch. Finn saying, morning, Nige. After 6 years of VAR system, it could be close to being perfect, but already this season, evidence shown is more of a mess than ever. Complete shambles. Yeah, I think VAR is killing the game. Is absolutely killing the game. Like I say, nothing wrong with the goal yesterday. Nothing wrong with some of the offside, or not offsides, but some of the goals that have been scored this season. Look at Eze's for when he was at Palace, opening game against Chelsea. Nothing wrong with that at all, in my opinion. Yesterday's goal, nothing wrong with it at all. Some of the goals that are being conceded are a joke. You know, we are an entertainment business. Football is entertainment. We should be championing goals. We should want more goals, if anything. But no, we're kind of trying our best to take them away from teams. And for me, it's just killing the game a little bit. But it's stuck, isn't it? It looks like we're keeping VAR, so we'll see how things go. Kate saying hello to Philly. I always feel like I'm interfering when Kate and Philly are talking because yeah, I just love the way people chat to each other in here. This is why I love streaming with you guys in the chat, especially because everyone seems to get on so well. There's no rows, there's no arguments, it's all love, and I'm here for it. Lord Rodney Trotter saying, Eureka Johnson, bit harsh. We struggle against West Ham often. Also nearly beat PSG a few weeks ago. Mark Pitt saying, yeah, I get you, Lee, and the Dorset Spur off to the West Country Spurs. Coys to both of you. Yes, yes. Big up to Lee, the Dorset Spur. Get over to him if you haven't. And subscribe to the 2 Mark Show, of course. They are chasing down 700. Let's get them to 700 subs. That would be absolutely brilliant. That's Philly and Kate carry on chatting. I'm just going to go down the chat now. Rain saying, Stevie, Edinburgh Spurs. I am no Levy lover, but to be fair, our application from the London Stadium got rejected because Levy wanted to demolish it and rebuild it to into a multi-purpose stadium that we got now. Okay, I didn't know that. So fair play, fair play. Lord Rodney Trotson, Eureka Johnson, Brighton are a tricky fish for sure. Brighton is going to be a tough game. We know what our record like is there over the last couple of seasons. Last season killed it for me, for Ange, being 2-0 up at halftime and cruising and losing the game 3-2. That cannot happen this year. And Brighton, mixed match start. They haven't had a great start, have they? Winning a few, losing a few. In fact, I think they've only won one of their opening 4 games. So they are definitely there for the taking. Shera said Xavi grew into the game and did well. I agree. I would like to see him in the 10. Lord Rodney Trotter said a different approach will be required for Brighton away. They won't play into our hands. No, it's a totally different game. And this is what I'm loving so far. Every game we play is different. And Frank is going to have to be on his mettle next weekend, no doubt about that. But before that, guys, we have quite an important game, quite a big game at the weekend. On Tuesday night against Villarreal. How are we going to do? How are we going to set up? Who plays? Who doesn't play? It's going to be an interesting one. For sure. And Villarreal with parties. Oh, yes. Villarreal have party, don't they? I'm sure he'll get a good reception on his return. The scumbag. Billy said Xavi needs to play in the middle to maximise his potential. Playing from the left is like round pegs in square holes. Doesn't get the best out of Xavi. I agree. I do think he played all right yesterday, but I agree. Xavi needs to be in that middle, dictating. But I think it's interesting. I think someone said it yesterday on one show that maybe Xavi was started on the left just to bed him into Premier League football. Starting in a 10 against West Ham away from home. Might have been a little bit too much. I don't know. So start him on the left, get him used to the pace of the game, and then slowly move him into the middle. We will see. Xavi himself said after the game that, he's always been a number 10, but over the last couple of years, he has played from the left. So we'll see. Maybe he likes playing from the left-hand side. I'm not sure, but I'd definitely like to see him in a 10. Agree with you there, Philly. Stevie says Bergvall is an 8 all day long. 100% agree. And Lord Rodney Trotter said, whenever we do it in the UCL is a bonus for me. I'd rest some players. Okay, so Rodney, you're going for more just like win Premier League games. Champions League is a bit of a bonus. For me, I'm a fan. I just want to do both. I want us to, I think we should be able to field a strong team against Tuesday. On Tuesday, rest. I don't know who are we going to rest. Rest Bergvall. Bring Bentancur back in. Do we play Xavi as a 10? Does Moani come in? Do we maybe play Odobel? Lots of choices. Does Johnson start? It's going to be interesting. Does a doggy start? Lots of players that we could move around and still have a really strong team. Philly saying Bergvall was an 8. I agree. Rodney saying some of the senior players. Yeah. Sheriff saying terrible yesterday night. Yeovil won, Spurs won, and Somerset won the cricket thing. West Country massive. Absolutely. We are taking over the world. We are taking over the world. We are. That's all I'm going to say. Eureka saying we need to get better. We need to get into the last 16. That's our level. We get past that. It's a bonus. I'm kind of in agreement. I think the group we have, we should get into the last 16 in the Champions League. And then it's a lottery. Whatever we get, we get. Obviously, we're going to have to play a top side. But we might get a good draw in the last 16. And who knows? Who knows? Who expected us to reach the 2019 Champions League final? By the way, I'm not saying we're going to reach it. I'm just saying once you get into knockouts, it is a bit, you just never know. Dingo, yeah, good morning, mate. Saying good morning, all. Spurs win and a great march yesterday. Absolutely. I saw the pictures of that march. Wow. Wow. The police saying, what did they say? 110,000? Looks like there was over 1 million people there. So absolutely amazing. And for the most part, it was peaceful. From what I saw. Obviously, there was a few clashes. I think that was from different protesters protesting against the protesters. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into it. Kane Bryan, big up Kane, saying first time seeing the channel and I'm happy you stumbled across. Well, I'm happy you're here, mate. I'm happy you're here. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button. Really do appreciate you, buddy. And thanks for coming in. Kate Rixham saying Philly 2019. Glad you watched some great football. I hope you got a little bit better, lovely. Sending a big hug, and I was going to leave that, but I read it out because you know what? It is lovely the fact that some of you guys get on so well, and I'm here for it. Like I say, Rodney saying, yeah, if it's your thing, fair enough. The way I look at it, this year's UEFA Champions League is not really on my radar. I don't watch the Champions League much anyway lately. Besides that, domestic is the priority. It's it depends whatever you want as a fan, isn't it? Whatever you want as a fan. I don't think anyone's right, anyone's wrong. Some people love Champions League, some people like the Premier League. Obviously, the Premier League is our bread and butter, so we need to finish as high as possible. Um, but it would be nice to do well in the Champions League. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait till Tuesday night. I think it's going to be fantastic. Um, Rodney saying there's a chance to experiment and rest the big boys. I think we go really. I think we're going to go strong in the Champions League. I really do. I can't see us resting big boys in the Champions League, but we'll see. Cheryl saying cheers for the plug Nige, and there you go. There is the thing for the 2 Mark show. Get over there and subscribe to their channel. They are doing sterling work. Let's get them to 700. Let's get them on their way to 1,000. Guys, they should be 1,000 already because they are such a brilliant channel and they are good friends of mine as well. So get over there and sub if you haven't. I'm sure 95% of you already have in here, but if you haven't, get over there and subscribe. Rodney saying domestic cups and league all the way for me. I'd agree that I would love to win an FA Cup this year. I would love to win an FA Cup this year. It's been far too long since Tottenham Hotspur won an FA Cup, and we used to be the team that owned the FA Cup. We were the main winners of the FA Cup. It was our trophy, and for the last 30 odd years, we've done nothing in it. So yeah, for me, I agree. Domestic cups, especially the FA Cup, would be the one to win. Philly saying, the show with my friend, I haven't seen domestic cricket in years, but I was a Warwickshire fan. Fair play, Philly. I was always a Hampshire fan just because I loved Kevin Peterson. Yeah, for me, Hampshire was always the team, but Somerset is probably the closer team to me. And Kulusevski, big up, mate, saying Modric started on the left and the rest is history. That is very true. That is very true. Maybe we need Harry Redknapp in charge to get him to put Xavi in the middle. And Sheriff is saying 2020 Blast Finals Day yesterday at Edgbaston. 2020, I love the 2020. It is great. Mark Taylor saying big up to the Sheriff. Ghosted's in, big up Ghosted, saying big up Nige. Great win yesterday. What a beautiful sight to see an empty London stadium. It was, wasn't it? It was, you got to feel a little bit for West Ham. Because we know what it's like as a club ourselves. We went through it last year in the fact we were struggling and struggling at home. So we know what it's like. But it is so nice, isn't it? So nice getting one over on them because there is no doubt Spurs is their cup final and they didn't turn up and we absolutely crushed them. Kate saying at least Tal won't be playing. That's true. It's only a short run around Sunday to Tuesday. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, totally understand why Tal would start yesterday. Makes total sense. Yesterday when I saw the team news, I was like, what's Tal starting for? When you think about it, it makes perfect sense. He's not playing Tuesday, not in the squad. Give him a run out. I think one thing we can all agree with, though, he is not a striker, is he? Finn saying West Ham fans leaving after 60 minutes. You don't see that very often. No. Well, you saw it a couple of weeks ago, didn't you, against Chelsea as well? But I think they might make a habit of it this season. They are awful. Sorry, guys, got to have a drink. And Philly talking to Kate. Sheriff saying, Mark Army. Mark Pitts saying, and when the legend Harry Kane does I was going to say does make a comeback. I was going to say, where are we going with this? Just where does that leave? Does that Where does he fit in Thomas's team? Um, I think Harry Kane fits in any team, doesn't he? Harry Kane fits in any team. I guess you're talking about Tau. Um, but yeah, I think Harry Kane comes back next season, and I'm for it. I'm all for it. I think Harry Kane at Spurs for another couple of years, getting the record. And yeah, listen, so much excitement at the moment around Tottenham. And like I say, I am totally and utterly here for it. Guys, nearly 50 in the house. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I'll be going for another 10 minutes or so yet. I don't think there's anyone on after me just yet. So, yeah, I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer. Wayne said, I said it in the stateside footy watch along chat. Simmons reminds me strongly of Modric. The way he moves and passes, reads the game. He's going to be a massive player for us. Great signing. I agree. I'm loving everything I'm seeing from Xavi Simmons at the moment. Just when he gets the ball and he just starts driving with it, he always looks in total control of the ball. And yeah, I'm loving Simmons. I think he's going to be a fantastic signing for Spurs. And I think we have the basis of a really good team here. I really do. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I am keeping my feet on the ground, but I think we have a basis of a really good team. And if we cannot continue, if we continue to keep winning, I think Chris said it. Big up, Chris said it on Dan's show yesterday. There's no reason that by the end of October we cannot be in that top 3 or 4. No reason at all. With the fixtures, the way they've fallen for us in the league, we've got some very winnable games. Now, going forward, are we going to win the league? Of course not. Of course not. But by the end of October, if we can be in that top 3 or 4, and then maybe by the end of Christmas, going into New Year, we can be in that top 7. There's no reason why we then can't go out, because the club have said we are going to spend money in January. There's no reason why we can't go out in January, get a marquee signing in and push on. And then who knows? That's all I'm saying. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Mark Taylor saying, Mark Army back to the Sheriff. Rodney saying it's 8 games until the last 16 in cups, and is another 5 or 6 games before a final, and 38 league games. Priorities have to be chosen. I do tend to agree with that, but I think we can make those priorities later on down the line, depending on where we are and how we're doing. Sadly, I do think priorities, when we look at priorities, the domestic cups may be chucked to the side. But the fact we have Doncaster at home means we should win that comfortably with whoever we play. And then, like you say, domestic cups, 5 or 6 games. We could effectively find ourselves in the quarterfinal or semi-final without really playing anyone. So let's just see how the season goes. For me, I think it's all about taking it game by game, seeing how it goes. Marianne's in the house. Big up, Marianne. It says, good morning, Nigel, and all in the chat. Good morning to you. And Kate saying, Philly, I've come off Sky 2. Too expensive. I've got TNT now and watch match of the day. Yeah, guys, any of you got TNT, right? I got TNT because I thought I want to watch Spurs in the Champions League. But Spurs are not on TNT on Tuesday night. They are on Amazon. Now, I've not got Amazon and I don't want to pay the 9-10 quid a month. So what am I buying TNT for? I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it free on Amazon or do we have to pay for it? Guys, if anyone knows, let me know. Rain saying, welcome, Kane Bryan. We all love our little friendly chats in the mornings. Check out the 2 Mark show as well. Absolutely. Big up, Rain. Well said, mate. Well said. Eureka saying, sorry, I'm out, got things to do. Good show, Nige. Take care, buddy. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I really appreciate you. And have a fantastic day. Whatever you're doing, have a fantastic day. Billy saying, Somerset beat Warwickshire by 1 ball in the quarterfinals and beat Hampshire in the final, Sheriff. That's momentum at play. Such a close game in the quarterfinals gave Somerset the confidence. Wow. I didn't know any of that. I didn't know any. I used to watch cricket quite a lot, but haven't watched it at all this summer. I've got to be honest. Joe saying, big up Joe, by the way, saying, I'd take a domestic cup win over UEFA Champions League any day. Realistically, yes, because we are not going to win the Champions League. So for me, I agree. Let's win a cup. Let's win a cup. But I still want to go as far as we can in the Champions League. I still don't just want to mug it off. I want to play our strongest side and get as far as we can. But I'd love to win a domestic cup. FA Cup for me, and I think most of you agree. Paul Brown saying, good morning, Nige. Good morning to you. I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you're well. Yes, I need a coffee. I need a coffee. Boiled the kettle this morning and realised as I poured it into my mug that I didn't have any tea bags. So good times. So then I thought, I got a coffee maker. I will make a coffee from the coffee maker. I haven't used it for about 2 years and it just wasn't working. So I think I need to blow the dust out of it, maybe. So I'm going to be going to Costa after this show for certain. The sheriff said 8 times in 91. Yet we were the record holders for winning the FA Cup. Now we are lagging well behind. So we need to catch that up. Let's win the FA Cup in the next 2 years, twice in the next 2 years, make it 10 times, and then we can go from there. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Rodney said, I want the League Cup especially. Gives a better chance of finishing higher at the table just this year. I take any trophy. I will take any trophy. But I'm a greedy fan. I just want to win everything. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Totally get what you're saying. Hit the bar saying FA Cup, 5th in the league, last 16 in Champions League. That's a great season. That would be a fantastic season. A fantastic season. I'd be more than happy to take that. More than happy to take that. Rodney saying League Cup as high up in the league as we can. FA Cup next year. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd take that as well. That would be nice. That would be nice. Mike saying, morning, Holston. Good morning to you, Mike. I hope you are well. I hope you're well. If you're new here, mate, I don't think you are. I think that's just a new picture, isn't it? I'm liking it. I am liking it. Very much so. Sheriff saying, Philly, did they? I'm a glory hunter, so I only watched the final. I'm not even a glory hunter. I didn't even watch. I just got the result and was like, yeah, Somerset massive. Woo! But yes. Paul Brown saying 7th, 8th in the Premier League and an FA Cup would be great. Agreed. Agreed. I'd take a top 7 or 8 finish in an FA Cup. Absolutely. 100%. Paul Pablo, big up, mate. Saying hi. Good morning to you. I hope you're well. Philly saying these like Sky, TNT, etc. channels do charge too much for football, and the clubs make so much revenue from the fans. It makes it disappointing when a club incite money and finance as reasons not to progress. Agreed. We pay a lot of money, even if you don't go to the games. You're paying a lot of money for Sky TV, for TNT, for all these different channels to watch your team play. And yeah, let's see what Spurs do going forward. Question: is Tell or what you prefer? Is that Tell or Werner? What you prefer? Well, if we're going on those two, I'm going to go Tell. But that's a pretty hard question. Pretty hard question. That hit the bar saying, "What's the point of VAR? A perfectly good goal not given." Agreed. Absolutely agreed. And this as well. Yeah, Marianne and the penalty not given. This is what. Yeah, this. I take it. Are you talking about the Paqueta one when he got allegedly pushed in the box? It was slight. There was slight contact, wasn't there? Um, but if that's the case, if you're going to give a foul against Van der Ven for hands-on a player and not give Spurs a penalty, then you've got to give West Ham a penalty at the other end when there was nothing. It was nothing in it. It was never a penalty. But if you're going to give it at one end, you've got to give it at the other end. For me, anyway, I think the refereeing yesterday was shambolic at best. It really was. I'm going to cut through a few of the chats just because I am going to be calling it a day very soon. Rain said, going to say it carefully and quietly. Johnson came on and put a couple of good crosses in on the right hand side. Can Frank, the coaching team, and seeing players like Kudus and Xavi unlock his potential? Well, let's see, mate. Let's see. I'm glad you said it quietly. I tried to read it out quietly as well. But I think, listen, for me, Johnson is going to be an impact sub. And I think he'd do okay as that. But yeah, he did put a couple of balls in, and he did all right, Johnson, actually, when he came on. Made a couple of good runs as well, but just didn't get the ball. Um, but yeah, I think Johnson has an impact sub for me. And maybe this coaching staff and Frank can get the best out of Brennan Johnson. He's just talking to each other, and Ghost said all the different streaming services are just a scam to get more money out of people. They are, and sadly though, we have to pay it, don't we? Sadly, we have to pay it. Sheriff saying, I got Prime Nige, I'll sort you out. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. I did go onto it because I used to have Prime, but I stopped paying for it because I wasn't really watching it. And I did click onto it last night, and it was like, oh, rejoin. And I'm like, I don't want to rejoin for one game. I paid my money for TNT. I should get all the games on now. So yeah, pretty frustrated about that. Wayne saying it's free on Amazon Prime. They showed a Tuesday app. That's okay then. That's okay. I stopped moaning then, Wayne. Stop moaning. But yeah, okay. If as long as it's free, it's all right. I was a bit frustrated and thinking, I've paid for my money. Why haven't I got it? But happy days. Happy days. It's free. The stress is gone. The stress is gone. Dave Clark says, hi from Leicester. Frank proved today that his ability to change personnel and the structure of the team is excellent. And Bergvall proved that he is head and shoulders in front of our other young kids. Absolutely 100% agree. Could not put it better myself, David. Yeah, hard not to disagree with any of that. I think you're absolutely bang on. I think Bergvall is head and shoulders above anybody, any of the kids we've signed over the last 2 to 3 years. He is the one shining light, the one young player that I think could become something. The rest for me, nah. Bergvall, definitely 100% yes. Even last season when he played in a really difficult season, he shone more often than not than the other kids. And this season he stepped up. And I know he's not played much, but that one game yesterday just showed what a talent he is. And Frank, love him. Absolutely love Thomas Frank. Big up Jimmy. Jimmy is in the house and big up Nigel chat. Good morning. Big up to you, Jimmy. I hope you are well. I'm just skipping through a few things here. Ghost is saying, I'd love an FA Cup this season. We also need a league within the next 5 or 10 years. 60 years plus is a long time to wait for a club our size. It absolutely is. I would love to see Tottenham win a Premier League in my lifetime. I reckon, touch wood, all being well, I've got another 25 years in me. So, not much pressure for Spurs. 25 years. If we can't do it in 25 years, then, it is what it is. But, yeah, I think we have now the basis. We have built a squad, not a squad. We have built an infrastructure that we are ready to go. We are ready to go. Let's go and do it. But I agree with you, Ghosted, 100%. The Joker said, morning, Nige. Stanley Tools team smashes hammers. Great game to watch. Good morning, Joker. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. And thank you for your continued support. Jimmy says, question, does Gray not been on the bench yesterday tell us something? I think it tells us that he's shit. No. I don't know. Was he injured? I didn't even see that he wasn't on the bench, to be honest. Yeah, it's a concern, isn't it? If he's not even on the bench, unless he's picked up a knock, I don't know. I don't know. John Stokes, big up John, says, morning, Nige. You should use an IPTV service to watch all the games. I have in the past. Mate. But I found, this was years ago. We're talking like 10 years ago. But I found there's a lot of buffering. And it was typically when I wanted to watch a game, it wouldn't load, or I wouldn't be able to get it. But I do need to. I need to get one of those little Fire Stick things. But of course, they are. I wouldn't say get one, but Yeah, it's a good way to watch, definitely. Hit the bar saying, yeah, Gray not ready. He definitely should go out on loan, but trouble is we haven't got enough cover. If he does, or if he I seem to have crashed. There you go. Crashed for a little bit now. Wayne Bonner said £8.99 a month. UEFA Champions League games are free, but international games are pay-per-view. Plus, they show Premier League fixtures over the Christmas period. They do, yeah, that as well. Always go to my sisters and my brother-in-laws on Boxing Day for Christmas. It's been a family thing for years and years. Always go there, and in the afternoon we watch the football. So yeah, we will be watching the Premier League over Christmas now, and I probably will get it back, to be honest, just for the Christmas period. Brian the Gid saying Bergvall is now a physical beast along with his elite technique. I'm liking that. Yes, I'm liking that. He is. Agreed. I'm loving Bergvall. Absolutely love him. And he's got cool hair. You know, I wish I had I could just flick. Be great. The one he's saying we're gonna do it anyway, Nige. We are. I'm not gonna sing it though, but I know exactly what you're saying. The Joker saying you need to check out RBTV. Okay, I'm gonna. I'm gonna. And Philly saying Lubo heard that nice. Absolutely. Absolutely. You should check out the website, guys. Watch games direct and store Android or Fire Stick. Happy days. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joker. I will indeed. Guys, I am going to leave it there because I've done 1 hour and 11 and I need a coffee. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Eureka, for the super sticker. And thank you, Peter, for the super chat. I really do appreciate you guys. Have a great Sunday. Stay safe. Enjoy the football. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Enjoy your roast dinner. Enjoy your family. And I will see you on the next stream. I will probably be back next Friday, I think. Maybe next Wednesday, maybe next Friday. Definitely not tomorrow because I've got to work. But guys, have a great Sunday. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay pure Coys.